Again in studio, this time about ethics, but also in simple modeling forums. Also a little bit about design, a little bit about modeling, and a little bit about ethics in standard medicine. Usually the chats or talks are not very available about medicine, and this product, it cost $20,000. With 50% discount, it costs $10,000. So if you are not prepared to pay with money or with your work around a year, do not look, listen, or watch this product. This product is also about different forms of DVD. On DVD, of course, there can be simple stored some items about medicine. Not easy to understand different forms of DVDs, but also their packings. To understand different forms of DVD drive, it's not easy, also together with simple agency or modeling. To understand picture, it's not easy because the picture do not have any value if it's not appreciated by the agency or simple individual that is prepared to pay cents for some packings of picture. Some models sometimes think too much about their picture, and that's how they actually could not become more models. To understand visual forms in life, it's also not easy, but also those that actually succeed in life and made a lot of money, those are usually the people that share tons of photos, millions of their photos, not only on DVD, but also in the public and also on the internet, but not all the photos. Of course, they are charging their simple films, but it's very important also to build the DVD division if you have the simple agency or company. The capacity of the DVD it's not easy, especially when it comes to offers to different forms of salons in cosmetics. To understand cosmetics, it's not easy, but also to understand those simple layers that actually divide the brands from the simple cosmetics forms and models. The brands are actually those that are buying entire model industry. Not easy to understand that. So, the brands actually have thousands of lawyers that are protecting brands. To understand different forms in book sector, it's not easy when it comes to modeling because every mention of model can actually benefit some simple visual form or model. To understand DAO models, it's also not easy, but also millions of DAO dental package that are possible for people that actually appreciate DAO. Of course, it's not easy to find it in different forms of. You could not find it in coding, you could not find it on the internet, you could not find it in the lifestyle. So maybe that form of design is kind of difficult. To understand doctors, it's also not easy. But in life, it is very important to understand self. If you understand self, you'll also understand that some forms of talkings are not possible under $10,000. In life, it is very important to understand simple forms and simple designs. Once you understand simple designs, you'll also understand how you actually work under pressure. A lot of people could not work under pressure, and of course, the internet or your PC could destroy your entire work if you are not careful also with your DVD. And that's why the DVDs are also very, very important. Sometimes you should not be organized, but you should actually be disorganized in life, and that's how you are going to build a thousands of better picture but also better reality, how your fortune can be shared. Not really money, but you can actually give more to this poor world if you are actually share some picture. To understand non-violent forms is also very important, and building simple lawyers for those that might be aggressive. This is how you are actually protecting the entire model industry, but also the visual designs of people. If you are protecting the visual designs of people, you are not going to spend a lot of days on social media, but you are going to build the visual forms. Also, those that play any instrument can actually make different forms of visuals together with their instruments. But it's also very important to share some philosophy about different forms of studios. If you understand that studios have some simple value and sometimes also the private clothing visual forms, you'll also understand that studios are far away from any computing industry. They are not part of any coding studio. They are not part of any major company you might see on the internet. They are not part of PC. They are not part of any form of internet site. The studios are very, very private and extremely ethical if you build them in that way. If you understand the ethics in studio, you can actually benefit in your life, but also benefit with your friends. You can have local friends, but also the friends in world. Of course, that theme is more complex because your friend can become your enemy when it comes to work. To understand the director positions in different forms of movie, but also in studio, it's not easy because 98% of people from the environment of technology actually fall out because they are not appropriate with their behavior, not even with their plans, and not with their ethics. To understand that ethics are very, very important. Also for main 1000 actors in the world, those are actually simple people with very, very visual forms, but also understanding the problems of psychics and body, which of course are very, very difficult problems. And if you partly solve them and build products on them, you are also going to understand the picture of self or imaginary better. That's how every agency should work to protect different forms of visuals. And that's how it's actually protecting the visual forms of imagery. The DVDs are very, very important part of that.